In my last video, you will have seen that I went shopping to Elf. Now, it's not the first time that I've been shopping with Elf, and it probably won't be the last time, but I was thinking, how many Elf products do I actually have? And can I do a full face? Let's find out. Welcome back to the channel. I am Matt H and this is Matt H Does Makeup, where we are about experimenting, we are all about playing and making mistakes, because that is how we learn. Today we're going to be going in for a full face, well, nearly a full face of Elf, because I do like to go there, well, I'll say go there, shopping online at Elf. So we will start by priming the eyes. So this is the Elf Eyelid Primer. I think it's called Lid Lock. Not 100% sure, but it is in the shade Sheer. Now, this, as you will have seen from another video that I've done, I wasn't amazingly impressed with it. It just doesn't seem to be like there's a lot of product in there. But I have had this for a little while, so we'll see how it goes. Primer on. In terms of coverage, when it comes to eyeshadow primers, I don't tend to worry too much unless I'm doing something that is quite bright, quite vibrant. Now it's time to pick an eyeshadow, and we are going to be going in with one of the Bite Size eyeshadow palettes. Now these changed my life. These here are the Bite Size palettes, and depending on if they've got a sale or not, they're anywhere between £3 and £4. And the formula's really good. Fairly easy to blend as well. And the pigmentation's good as well, especially at that price point. This is one of my favourite ones here. It's the Acacia U. It's cute, isn't it? It's nice. You've got your matte shadows, but you've also got a little sort of glittery topper. See a little bit of shimmer there, and then you've got some flatter shades there, so you can build a little bit of structure. Acacia U, let's go. We're going with this lighter blue shade here. We'll start off just working that colour into the socket. So now, you know how I said we like to learn by playing? This is a good example of that. I've built this kind of mechanism, this sort of step-by-step way of how to do my eyes. Start from the outside corner, work your way in, da, 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 da. I've just tried to do that with this, I don't know, lilac-y, purpley, bluey shade here. And don't like it. Don't like it. I think I need to go the other way around. So we'll start lighter on the inside corner, blend it through this way, and then add some dimension into that outside corner. So let's see if we can fix this. Notice how I've just had to adjust the pressure that I was putting on the brush there. I was going in a little bit too heavy, a little bit too hard, because the further down the brush that you hold it, the less pressure you're going to be adding to your face. There we go. I think we'll be able to rescue this now. Not a huge amount of pigment, but that might be the primer. That might be the primer. But that's okay. We can fix this. We can do this. We can do this. Okay, so this is one of the other things I bought. It's the wide tapered blending brush. I think it's a blending brush. It's a wide tapered brush anyway. It's a lot wider. It's a little bit more dense. So hopefully I might be able to pack on a bit more colour into that inside corner. Okay, all right. Right tools for the job. Right tools for the job. I'm getting a little bit of fallout in the palette especially, but it doesn't really matter. Not for me, anyway. It doesn't matter if there's fallout, because we haven't done anything other than our skincare beforehand. We haven't done anything under here, so if anything does fall out, just wipe it away. Let's go back to the smaller brush here, because we're going to go into the outside corner with the darkest shade over here. Because when you put on one flat colour, things get exactly that. They get a little bit flat. And we're not going too crazy, especially with these darker shades, just working it from the outside corner in and blending it a little bit through the outside socket here. There we go. And as I do have quite deep set eyes, if I don't do something like this and bring it out onto that brow bone, it does this, and see how the two shape, my eye shape looks different on either side? Because I haven't brought this up, this eye looks like it's going to carry on down and it's like start sliding off my face. But because I'm bringing this up, and I can bring it up a little bit further actually, let's just, I'm not adding any extra product, just blending out what's already there. So I've got that almost template. So if I do want a little bit of extra colour, I can do that. But one bit at a time. Okay. Now I have gone a little bit wonky over here, but that's okay because we can cover that up with a little bit of concealer. That's the top of the eyes. That's the eyelids done. So let's start working our way out. Okay, so we are going to be applying a little bit of concealer just underneath the eyes because it helps out with my dark little circles here. We're going to use the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. Has a satin finish, and this is in the shade Light Sand. In all honesty, this is a little bit too light for me. But we will see how it looks on camera. Never used it on camera before, so we shall see. Too much product underneath the eye. It keeps adding things to a very, very thin, delicate layer of skin. And that's not what we want. Ooh, look at that. That's very orange, isn't it? Very yellow. Well, we can work with this. We can work with this, I think. When I first started doing stuff like this, and to be honest, sometimes I still do, I panic. And admittedly now, to this day, in fact, yesterday I had a bit of a moment where, I'd get to a point and I'd panic because I think I'd do something, I thought I'd done something wrong and I wouldn't be able to make it work for me. Many of us, when we're starting this journey into figuring out how to do makeup, especially as a man, when you start to YouTube things, you will inevitably come up against two different markets. You're going to come up against drag queens and makeup artists. Now, drag makeup is very specific because you are changing your face. You're effectively removing your face and putting another face on. So when you're going down these rabbit holes and you're seeing these incredible artists do these incredible looks, I stumbled upon Trixie Mattel. Trixie often panics and thinks that, oh no, they've failed. They're never going to be able to recover. She always pulls it back. She always pulls it back. I've just put a little bit of concealer down the side of my nose here because I've got a bump here on either side. I think it's from years of wearing glasses. I've also got quite a lot of redness on my nose as well. So I'm just going to pop a little bit, that's probably too much, a little bit of concealer on there. See if we can blot that out a little bit. Now for areas where you want a little bit of extra coverage, stipple, 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 stipple. Push that product in, and then you can blend it around. Even though I think I've just made my nose really, really long. Oh, I have, haven't I? That's exciting. I've got some contour stuff that I can try to maybe try and add the shadow back in here And I may put some a little bit under here. We'll see what nose I end up with at the end of the video. Amazing. Okay, so it's time for foundation. We are going to use a camo CC cream. This is the e.l.f. CC cream in shade light 240. This apparently has a colour correcting full coverage natural finish with collagen peptides and niacinamide. I understand some of those words, but not all of them. One pump on there, because even though it is well, if it is full coverage, I don't really want to be going to full coverage. And I will grab my foundation brush. That looks like a foundation brush. This is something else I found out as well. When you're buying all these brushes, they're all called foundation brushes, eye brushes, lip brushes, eyebrow brushes. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. A brush is a brush. Yes, some of them are designed specifically for specific products, but if you can use a blending brush as a concealer brush or a concealer brush as an eyeshadow brush, do it. No one's going to tell you you're wrong, and if they do, tell them to get over it. This is not the right shade for me. Okay, we'll see where this goes. We'll see where this goes. On camera, doesn't actually look that bad. In real life, it's incredibly yellow. What was the shade again? Light. This is orange. This is an orange colour. There we go. Look at the shade difference here. Look at it. It looks okay though. On camera, I think. I have to wait till I've edited it. Okay, we'll finish this off. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so that is the CC cream on. Again, on camera, it looks okay, I think. But in real life, this is not great. I'm seeing a lot of texture because I have got quite textured cheek areas. And what's that bridge? Bridge of my nose there catches makeup like nobody's business. Looks like a moon crater going on in there. It looks quite dry. Looks quite dry. I haven't used this before. And now I think I know why. I must say it is quite full coverage. It is quite full coverage. I've only used, well, less than a pump. I've still got all of this product left on my hand. And I don't think I would want to do any more than that. Let's move on to the lips. I've got quite a few bits from e.l.f. for the lips. The Seriously Satin range of lipsticks. Honestly, you put that stuff on, it will not move. It will not move for the rest of the day. It's fantastic. Absolutely love it. And I bought a new one. Now this might be a little bit too red. I haven't had a red lipstick before. I normally go for a more sort of nude tone or like a deeper, like a burgundy type colour. The one in Cider here, this is a lovely dark but neutral tone. I'm feeling brave. Let's do this, but let's learn from our mistakes, because last time I didn't do the lip liner first, did I? So let's do liner. So this is a new product that I haven't used before. It's the Love Triangle Lip Filler Liner. Now apparently you can use this to fill the whole lip or just as a liner. And it's got, see that, I don't know if it will focus. What do YouTubers do? Put your hand here. No, you're just focusing on my hand. It's got a triangular tip. So let's go around the edges and line these lips. And one thing that I try and do when I know that I'm going to be putting lipstick on is before I do anything else. So before I do my eyeshadows, anything like that, is I'll make sure my lips are hydrated. It just helps that product stick a little bit more and hopefully won't be as dry. Okay, that's going on quite well. I might need to overline ever so slightly. Okay, that feels a little bit better. This triangular tip is really handy actually, because you can kind of move it around to match the shape of your lip and get into the corners. Now I'm about to do the bottom, so let's do the bottom. I'm about to do the lower lip line, so wish me luck. It's quite thick, isn't it? Well, no, I've done it quite thick, haven't I? And hopefully when we put the actual lipstick on, it will blend in. Might blend in. Okay, perfect. Let's get this lippy on. So this is the Seriously Satin in Cherry. It's quite red, isn't it? That's quite red. Let's give it a go. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, okay, okay. I quite like that actually, with the slightly darker lip line. Ooh. Am I a red lip person now? I might be. I might be a red lip person. Oh, I feel like one of those like 50s kind of film noir kind of secretaries who's got an attitude and yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not sure if the eyeshadow matches this, but I love this. This is great. Elf do these little duo palettes here with your blush and highlighter. As I said in my previous video, not a huge fan of the highlighters in these because they are quite glittery. But it's an Elf video. Let's do it. Let's go with the white peach. So again, we're going in with an Elf brush. This is the blush brush. And I feel that this lipstick requires a little bit more blush than I would normally wear. But let's see. See, I'm not going to do the smile and put it here. Because if I put it here, then when my face drops, the blush is here. I think I'm going to go here. 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 Let's go here. Just slap that on. So I slap that on. I'm gently tapping it on and then blending it out. I do not know what I am doing with blush in particular. One day I'll figure it out. Because I've seen, like, I've tried to ask people how they do it. And to be honest, everybody gives me a different answer. And then I try and be all inconspicuous about it and just kind of look at people, either in the street or, you know, in the office or whatever, and just try and figure out how have they done their blush. And none of it's helped. So it's a journey, you know. We play, we experiment, we make mistakes, we learn, we move on, we grow, we develop. Let's whack a bit of highlighter on. Now, highlighter, apparently, you want to move your face and find where, see, here, the light's just catching it ever so slightly. And we want to enhance that. So just a little bit at a time. Think you can see that? You can see it in real life. I think it's time for mascara, and then we will be done. Okay, so I've just curled my eyelashes, and we're going to go in with an Elf mascara. This is Lash It Loud Volumizing Mascara. Now, for me, again, going back to my hooded eyes, if I don't use something that gives me a little bit of volume, my eyelashes just kind of get stuck underneath. Not stuck underneath, they get lost, is probably a better way of putting it. They get lost in the shuffle. And when you're putting this much effort in, you don't want them to get lost. People do mascara in different ways. I very gently blink through. Some people try and go right to the root of the lash and roll and curl like that. And then at the bottom, just a little bit, especially on that outside corner. This is normally the point where I end up getting mascara on my skin. And again, watching different videos and things, I don't know why this never occurred to me before. If you let the mascara dry, you can just brush it away. But if you try and smudge it off straight off the bat, because it's still wet, you're going to end up with a big black smudge all over your eye. Okay. Let's get this set, and we are good to go. And to finish everything off, we're going to go in with the Stay All Night Micro Fine Setting Mist. It's got a little ball in it, because you need to shake it before you use it. Smells great. It doesn't taste as good. Close your mouth next time, Matt. Okay, I think we are done. Not super happy with the eyes. I think if I was to do it again, I might add a little bit of extra lightness here in the centre. But for now, I think that's quite happy. I think the winner, though, two winners for this one. Not that it's a competition, but the Love Triangle lip filler liner in, this is Plum. That was ace, especially when paired with the lipstick in Cherry. That's made me feel things. Oh yeah, we like that. Excellent. Thank you so much for watching, and if you like this, then please consider subscribing to the channel. And if you want to, and it would really help, give the video a little like. Click on the little thumb, give that a little poke, and that'll really help me out. Thank you very much. More importantly, share it amongst the world. If you know somebody who likes makeup or wants to look at my face, do feel free to share it around. Thank you ever so much for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.